welcome to the channel. If you're new, strap in because you have no idea what you're getting to. My subscribers will tell you that. And if you've been here before, well guys, you know the drill. This channel is all about efficiency, and I'm trying to figure out what is the best build we can possibly come up with. I'm assuming you want to know too, that's why you're here, right? And if you're not going to use it, that's fine, as long as you're entertained, that's what matters most, competitive or not. And if you don't like competitive channels, well, this is not for you, and if you want to complain about it, well, read the video description below. Anyway, let's get to it. If you're wondering what my loadout is, check the video description, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're wondering what is the best or like what criteria do I use, check out the channel description, because I want to focus on giving you tips. And I'm going to be swapping my usual loadout from Cookout to Halt, and I'll explain why later. Also, you just see I used the ultimatum on that Bile Titan bug hole from behind, because you can do that. Okay, you can do that for any bug hole, making it a lot easier for you to just destroy bug holes without putting yourself in risky positions. And also, long-time viewers will know that I've swapped the strafing run for an Exosuit, and I'll show you why later. But right now, I'm just trying to focus on just popping up a few bug holes and then retreating. I'm not trying to brute force the entire thing in one go, because it's just not the wisest choice right now, and I'll explain more about why later from a ton of runs, because I'm constantly inventing new tactics that I've never seen anyone done before, so there was a lot of pain and trial and error that went into this. You'll also notice I called in a supply pod earlier, and then the shield and then grenade launcher in that order, because the supply pod takes the longest to fall down, and it just gives me a few more seconds. It doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, but it's just a nice thing to do. And then yeah, so right now I'm just choosing where to fight next, and I'm going to fight on the first objective, because it's the closest thing, and I want to trigger a bug breach here, or on that first objective, just to clear out all the bugs on the main objective to make it easier and faster to complete, because they're guarding it. Because think about it, if they call in a bug breach in the middle of nowhere, you still have to take out the bugs on the main objective, and doing so risks drawing attention from all nearby patrols, and then calling in a bug breach on it because you're too slow. So it's just better to bait bug breaches on the main objectives so you can clear it and sneak it back later. I don't know why they are not calling in the bug breach, but also I read the map earlier, okay, and because there's small little red dots around the map, I found that I've got quite a lot of spore spewers, okay, which is like good for me. It just makes my life easier, but this run is still very difficult in general, right? So they just called in a bug breach, great. Maybe a bit late, but better late than never, right? Okay, so I'm just running around there. Right now I'm thinking, can I actually go out and just take a one of the spores towers, right? If I can, that's great. I know that's roughly the range. Just from experience and just randomly guessing, I'll normally do a test shot, but right now I can't because I gotta check my map. I don't want to be blindsided by the bugs, right? And if it's moving too fast, I know that it's going to be a hunter, so I can't do what I'm doing now, right? Because they weren't moving so fast on my radar, I know I could spend some time just taking out this spore tower. And I thought, yeah, so it's very easy to kill that with a grenade launcher because you just judge the shots, right? But yeah, see how the predators are spread out? That's very bad. I just want them to group together. And one thing you'll notice right now is, like, this is why I take the Halt, okay? This is a perfect example. Like, normally, they will just group up and absolutely overwhelm you, right? But I can stun them so they run into each other and just form a massive clump. That is where your grenade launcher shines, because you can rapid fire point blank, no need to aim, no need to really guess distance, you just point at the enemy and click, right? And because they're all grouped together, they take every single damage, so no damage from your grenade launcher is wasted, right? And I also, I'm going to have a supply pack for insurance as well over here, just in case I need to fight, right? Because I'm going to attempt trying to take out a few more bug holes in this mega nest. So, yeah, and I can't stress it enough, read your map. Again, I'm just guessing distance based from experience, but also, if I'm unsure, I'll just keep shooting and shooting until I get it. Right? And again, if you don't know about baiting Bile Titan spit, just listen for the time that they're about to spit, and whenever you hear it, the position you're in then, that's where they're going to spit. Okay? That's how you know when and where Bile Titans are going to spit. Okay? This, where I was a perfect place where you can just bait enemies because they'll just wrap themselves around the corner. Perfect for your grenade launcher to take them piece by piece, but the Bile Titan forced me out and I didn't want to fight it simply because I know I can get easily overwhelmed. I don't want to get greedy, and I still have an entire map to complete. Okay, and again, I'm running over to these rocks just in case I get overwhelmed because I can easily wrap my enemies around it because it's basically difficult terrain for Bile Titans and so on, right? I didn't see that hunter there, so that's my bad. But yeah, like, look at that, right? See how easy it is to just handle the hunters, even though you're being chased by a Bile Titan, right? Because think about it. The cookout, okay, and the blitzer all have an issue, okay, is they can permanently stun lock your enemies into place, but that will stun lock you into place because how many seconds do you think, or how long do you think the blitz and the cookout actually put your enemies in place with every shot? It's less than a second, and you have tunnel vision when it happens. But the stun rounds from a Halt, again, I'm trying to bait a bug breach, but the stun rounds from a Halt, 5 seconds. It stuns it for 5 seconds. That allows you to reload, read the map, throw grenades, throw a stratagem. 5 seconds is an insanely long time compared to almost no seconds to handle the Predator bugs, right? That's why, like, Halt is the new king of primaries. I used to think it was the cookout, but Halt absolutely, and this is where it really shines. It's not going to shine as much because it's not obvious on other bug maps, but I'm going to be using this gun from now on. Like, cookout, you can go to bed, right? I'm going to tuck you in, you've been a great friend, but now you can retire, right? And also, this is another great position. Clear line of sight to all the bugs. I'm going to raise platforms so Predator stalkers can't just bomb rush me, they have to go around. Sure, the hunters can still jump you, but I've also got a good 4-pack position with plenty of zigzags and difficult terrain behind me, should I need to fall back. And I'm almost run out of rounds, so I'm just going to go and throw in a resupply. And if I need to throw a stun grenade for the guys chasing me, I will do that too. Okay? I'll also mention one thing, is another reason why I switch to Halt is how many of us focus on using primary weapons to kill bugs, right? I've been guilty of this too many times, and it doesn't make sense when we have so many stratagems and support weapons that are far more efficient and faster at killing all these bugs out there, right? So the way I see primaries for bugs is use them for utility, okay? And let your stratagems, let your support weapons, especially the grenade launcher, do the damage for you. Let it do what it's really meant to do, where it really excels at. And again, Halt, like, I know I'm banging on about the Halt, but Halt gives you the biggest advantage you could ever have against enemies, creating space and creating time for you to be proactive and fight on your own term, not constantly react. Because if you're constantly reacting, okay, the enemy's eventually going to overwhelm you, and you're going to make a mistake, and they're going to blindside you, which is not good. It is not fun when, like, you don't feel like it's fair, which all the time is not going to feel fair, right? But this is how I handle it. Okay, so also, if you're going to employ your Exosuit, which I'm about to do, make sure you throw it against a wall or something so that a Bile Titan or a Charger doesn't accidentally walk over and destroy it, okay? Because that is very likely to happen. The game will find some kind of way to randomly destroy your Exosuits. as well. Also, let's see. I'm just looking through my notes because I prepared a lot more. Normally I just YOLO my notes, right? But I felt like this run deserves better commentary. So I spent a couple of hours just going over this tape several times, just to make sure I've got everything I want to say. Also, after I do this objective, okay, is normally I don't do this because there's no need to, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear up the map a little bit first, before completing any of the main objective steps, okay? Because every time you complete a main objective step, okay, like a step being a generator, a step being a passcode, the patrol spawn rate dramatically increases, okay? Like, patrol spawn rates increase whether you do main objective, nest, or so on, but main objectives has by far the biggest spike, and it's a massive amount. So I want to leave that till later, so I have more time, less pressure to complete the nest and all the other stuff before I complete the main objective. And it's just one button as well to complete the main objective, so I'm all good, right? Yeah, so less pressure, I can think better, think clearer, just like everyone else, right? Because as fun as stress can be, too much is just going to make you make dumb decisions, right? And we want to make smart decisions. Okay, let's see. What's next on my list of notes? Okay, well, I don't have too much. I'm just... also, you'll see sometimes I will try and force my shields to break with an explosion from a nearby ultimatum, because it takes like 60 seconds without being hit for your shields to recharge. So normally, sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes by accident, sometimes on purpose, because the shield takes about, what, 10 seconds, I believe? Or just a little bit more to recharge once it's broken. Yeah, I don't know why I was... Okay, this is nice. Also, I can't tell you how many times I have fat-fingered the Orbital Napalm and not being able to call it. It's really, really bad. Yeah. And right now, I'm making this look a lot easier than it is because I'm constantly traveling. I found that when you try to brute force most or any objectives, okay, it doesn't work out well for you. It's best to just take it piecemeal and just bounce between objectives, ping-pong it, okay? It's just going to be easier. You don't have to brute things, and patrols are going to constantly be kept thinking where you're going to go next, right? Because they'll bypass it and so on. It's the same strategy I use for all of my runs if I don't think it's a good idea to brute force it. And generally speaking, predator bugs are not ones that you can brute force as well as you can, because their forces react to you so much faster. And now I am gonna go and focus on destroying the rest of the Mega Nests, because the moment I kill the Mega Nest, I'm just gonna move straight up the map and complete the main objective now. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so another thing I want to mention while we're doing this is best builds, right? I just want to say that if you're going to use the builds I'm sharing, you don't need to sweat or try as hard as I do to make it work, okay? I'm just putting it under the theoretical max pressure possible, because I want to see how much pressure it can take, right? Because this is not about just solo. It's not about stimless. It's not just about deathless or trying to fight as many as possible. It's all about everything together, okay? That puts more pressure and so on, and it just like it's really tests. Is your build too complicated? Because let's just say the best build requires you to have perfect gameplay every time, hit every shot 100% accuracy and so on. That's not a best build, because we are not robots. We are human. We're going to make mistakes and simpler things that don't require any like fancy gameplay is what I call best. Not only is it most efficient, it's simple, easy to use, even during really stressful situations as well, right? So that's just a little bit more explanation of like my thoughts around best builds, right? Like what allows you to just be a one-man army. And there's also, that's what I find fun, right? If you have other builds, right, by all means, and they can be viable too. Okay? As long as you're having fun, that's what really matters. Doesn't matter if you're doing competitive or not. It's just an extra layer of fun. And also, yeah, this is a little tricky. I should be opening up my map more to see where the enemies are, because I could easily get destroyed by a charger from behind I didn't see or whatever, but I'm handling things fine. I also just want to throw an orbital napalm because of that bug breach from earlier, but you can't check your stratagem cooldown inside the mech, but you can stim. Like, that's kind of crazy, don't you think? And I didn't know that the stratagem cooldown timer pops up with the final few seconds, even inside a mech. So I wish you could check your stratagem inside, because I don't want to step out my mech and get instantly slapped from behind by a hunter or stalker just because I want to check my cooldown of a stratagem. You should be able to, right? It's annoying that Arrowhead never thought of this, because it's a pretty simple quality of life thing. Let's see. Yeah, my mech is almost dead. I'm just trying to exhaust every single shot before leaving. But I'm very happy I've completed the hardest mega nest, right, with the most holes. But yeah, I'm still pretty nervous at this point because, like, from the past couple of days, within a 24-hour period, I actually lost a 37-minute run, a 20-minute run, 20-minute run, and a 30-minute run, all within 24 hours. You can imagine I was very, very tilted. Sometimes I lost due to bullshit mistakes I made because it's my bad, and sometimes it was just random Impaler Tentacle one-shot me full health and shields, which really pissed me off. Also, let's just talk a little bit more about why did I choose the Exosuit, the mech, over the strafing run. So on average, a strafing run, I get about 35 to 45 runs max per game. On average, I counted I get roughly 5 kills on average per strafing run. So that's on average about 175 to 220 kills per game. 3 mechs give you 600 autocannon shots, 200 shots each. Most bugs die within 1 to 2 shots, and it has AoE, area of effect, as well. So let's just say you get 1 kill every 3 shots, because you might be targeting Bile Titans, Shrieker Nests, Spore Towers, and Bug Holes. That's 200 kills from 600 shots, and I'm being conservative here. So let's just say you get, I think it'll be more accurate to say that you're probably going to get roughly the same amount of kills inside a mech as you will get from strafing runs all game, right? But if that's the case, then what's going to separate them, right? Which one do you think has a bigger impact? Now remember the golden rule of efficient gameplay. Space. Space is your best friend and most powerful weapon, because it gives you time to think, reload, reposition, plan, and attack on your terms. Not on the enemies, on your own. And the mech allows you to complete any objective far faster. Plus, if you're overwhelmed, just wrap your enemy around the terrain, use your stun, and get the fuck out of there, right? You could do the same even using a strafing run, but with solo stimless Predator runs, here's how you normally want to allocate your mechs. You want to put 1 mech for the Mega Nest, 1 for like the large nest, and 1 for clearing bugs off in point checks. Okay, so I'm throwing an Orbital Napalm there because the patrol is getting too close, and I want to complete this data upload. And it's also nice for them to call a bug breach on top as well. I also want to call the Orbital Napalm on the bugs that are defending the main objective, because that's the best place to put the bug breach. And luckily, I got 3 birds in 1 stone, right? So I am very, very happy with that. Right, because now I get to, well, there's still a few more bugs there, but nowhere near enough. I can easily clear that out before the next bug breach will be alerted. And right now I'm just trying to find some high ground. Again, high ground gives me great cover from charges like that charger, so I don't get randomly blindsided by it. Also, all bugs have difficulty climbing up this kind of like little hill, so they are my friend, and this is where I like to fight. Okay, so going back to what I was talking about earlier, how you want to allocate mechs to one mega nest, one for mega nests, one for the large nest, and one for clearing bugs off important objectives. This is generally speaking. Now let's do a quick comparison. The mega nest on Predator bug runs normally takes me about 8 to 10 minutes with strafing runs, or 3 minutes with a mech. This is if I brute force it and try to do it all at once. Large nests with 10 holes normally takes me about 3 minutes with strafing runs compared to 1 minute with the mech. And the reason it takes so long is the Predator bugs have overwhelming speed, and numbers and strength, and more speed. And they will bully you because they can easily overwhelm you, right? But a single, and they'll normally force you off objectives and nests because you don't want to attract more bugs and you don't want to get overwhelmed. Even with the slowdown, it is very easy to get overwhelmed because you need to reload, right? And you're going to run out of stun rounds and grenades and so on. Right now, I'm going to go up and start the main objective. But going back to my point is, generally speaking, a lot of Predator string games I have played have 2 10-hole nests, which is annoying. But let's do a quick comparison. If you were to destroy a mega nest, a brute force it, a mega nest, and 2 10-hole nests, without a mech, it would take about 14 to 16 minutes. With a mech, okay, say 2 mechs, it will take you 5 minutes. Obviously, this excludes any traveling time between the nests. And I don't really care about mechs not getting as many kills as strafing runs, which is highly unlikely, but the differences will be minimal. Plus, those 2 mechs will save you a whole 10 minutes, okay? And you've got an extra mech to do anything else you want, okay? Take out spore towers or shriekers across the map. Because the Lord knows I don't want to engage any shrieker nests up close against Predator bugs. Because again, it's too overwhelming for your senses to handle reliably. Like, trust me on this. You'll have to sweat so much against shriekers and predators at the same time that you'll be drowning in an ocean of your own sweat. And we all know Helldivers cannot swim, right? Now imagine what you could do with those extra 10 minutes. You could do far more hit and run attacks to kill more enemies, 10 more extra minutes to complete the main objective if you're just having a bit of trouble because there's too many patrols lying around. Like, whatever you want, right? That's how much time the mechs can buy you, and just make things so much easier for you, right? Sure, you can use a strafing run. Like, I'll still probably use strafing run for rando games because I love the strafing run so much. And also I just like running, right? Around from map to map. I don't like the movement of the mech. It just feels too stiff. That's not a knock on the designers or anything. It's just, I prefer just running around, dodging. Like, you know how rugby players or contact sport where you just dodge someone who's trying to hit you, right? It feels like I have that kind of feeling when I'm running, and I'm addicted to it. But, yeah. Okay, so, let's see, haven't got my notes. Okay, so another point I want to mention is you might be thinking, what about walking barrage, right? That's great, right? But what about shrieker spores? So shrieker spores will normally start spawning shriekers within 140 meters when you're there. Your throwing range is about 50 meters without any buffs, and the walking barrage range is 120 meters. So you can theoretically throw the walking barrage outside of the range of the shrieker nests, and the walking barrage will touch it, but the chances of actually killing any tree is extremely low. It's not reliable. That's why I take the mech so you can kill them from afar without any trouble, just like I showed you. Okay. So, yeah, I'm trying to force a bug breach right now, and they're doing it. And I'm about to throw... Oh, this is risky. I should have thrown a stun grenade. Yeah. And I need to really run. I should not have shot that other time. But the reason why I shoot one more than necessary is because the Halt has an 80% success rate. I'm guessing here. It doesn't always stun the enemies when it should. And yeah, my ultimatum range
aim has improved, okay, as you can tell. I know I got a lot of comments about that. I need to practice aim, so I did. Although I don't know how that one killed it. But anyway, the reason why I'm staying there, okay, is the AI will choose the shortest path towards me. And the reason why I stayed over there is it will come around that side and it will run through the orbital napalm, which is what I want because that's the shortest path to me. If I run around this nest too quickly and make it come around this side because it's the shortest path, it will completely ignore the orbital napalm because the AI does not factor in oh, there's an orbital napalm in front of me. Maybe I shouldn't run to it. They only care what is the shortest path. So that's how I can abuse their pathing so that they run into sentries if I use orbital napalm or strafing runs. Okay. Okay, yeah, and you also notice I don't fight the enemy as in Predator bugs as I do with any other faction. Simply because it's so easy to be overwhelmed. And I just want to upload my first stimless Predator run, right? I'd probably be a little bit more gutsy if I already had one run under my belt, right? But this is also looking to be a perfect health run as well, no damage. So yeah, I'm playing a little more cautious, right? Understandably. Yeah, die, you motherfucker. Okay. Okay. Yeah, remember if you like this, if you like what you've seen so far, like, share, and subscribe, right? Would love as many people to see this, just how far you can push things, right? Because to me, I don't care if I'm the best player in the world. I don't care about getting number one spot. That's like the cherry on top. What I care about is having fun. And this challenge, no matter how much it pisses me off, okay? I've done many things like smash my hand against the keyboard, bruise it, even cut myself with the keyboard once or twice because I got so pissed off at the bugs Arrowhead has and my own dumbass mistakes. But I enjoy the challenge. It's a good challenge, right? That's what I enjoy the most. But yeah, it's also extremely fucking painful at times because if you really want to improve, you can't have your ego. You've got to toss aside everything. Oh, okay, so one thing you'll see me is typing in times. I normally never type in the times because I can just get a feel for things, right? You know, if you play the game enough, you can get a feel of when your stratagems are going to reload or when the bug breach is going to happen. You just feel it, right? But because I was how risky this game is, how close it is, I decided to type in the times just to help me out a little bit because this is really... Well, every step of this game is really crucial, and I've literally played it perfectly so far. I've been not overly committing to any objective. Yeah. Also, I wasn't sure how much damage those nursing spewers can do to the mech, but I reckon it wouldn't do much. I actually don't know what's the difference between them and the green ones. I think the green ones do more damage, but I can't remember what the... BB stands for bug breach, but I don't know what's the difference between, the yellow and the green bar spewers. I think there's some kind of status effect, right? Also, you'll notice one thing is, when I'm fighting chargers with the mech, I don't normally shoot to kill, okay? I shoot to ragdoll them, because I want to focus more of my autocannon shots on the smaller bugs, because those are the ones that will push you out of position, that will get you the most. And you can easily hide around corners and terrain away from the bar titans and chargers anyway, so... Or you can choose an ultimatum, right? So that's why I don't want to waste my autocannon shots on them. I just shoot once or twice just to throw them off and let them wait to recover, right? But yeah, smaller bugs are always your biggest enemy, not the big guys. Oh, yeah, I hate those impalers. I don't want them to randomly one-shot me. No, thank you. Okay, so let's see, going through my notes, what else? Yeah, yapping on and on for 40 minutes is quite exhausting. Makes the mouth quite dry. But I hope you guys are really enjoying this. If you are, like, write a comment down below. Let me know. I would love to hear, like, what's the tip that you found most useful? Or you're like, I'd never thought of it that way before. Would love to hear what you guys think. Yeah, always read your map so you know where all the enemies are. Because as much as I don't like it, the hunters with the little claws can actually injure the mech, I think. The acid spit, I understand, should be able to, like with enough acid, but the stalkers can really do some damage to this mech. And this is a tricky spot right now. So I'm just gonna run. Okay. Yeah, so throw in a resupply. Right, see? Like with the hole, see how I just stunned that target in place and I could just focus on other bugs, right? With other primaries, you couldn't do that, right? You'd have to stun lock yourself into place just to keep them in place. Again, another perfect reason here of why stun is so good. I can put them in place and just point blank fire. I don't have to really aim, right? And I'm about to follow the bugs. This is a really good place right now, because they're going to be falling into places, and you don't want to fight predator bugs in open flat terrain. You want to have nearby rocks where you can shoot the rocks instead, okay? Because the area of effective explosion will damage the bugs regardless, if they're close enough, regardless of whether you actually hit the bugs with a grenade or not, right? Whereas open field, because they're so fast, it's so easy to miss, right? Especially with the hunter fuckers. Yeah, I'm throwing an orbital napalm barrage perfect there because it's on the main objective. It's right next to a bug breach as well. So 2 birds with 1 stone. And again, another example. No other primary weapon would have helped you there, right? Like the Halt. And if you're wondering, what if I just use a hover pack, right? What if I use a jump pack? Well, here's the thing, at some point, you are going to be caught with your pants down. They're going to catch you when you're on cooldown. And you can't always run away from the bugs. I'm pretty sure most people want to fight. They don't want to run away, right? And the Halt gives you that option, okay? And if you're wondering, like, what's an absolute must to bring to the Predator Strain missions, I would say Halt. Yeah, I would say Halt is the biggest game changer in this. If you want to go with a more fun build or more personally themed build, yeah, bring others, but I would say choose whatever you want, but as long as you have the Halt, it will make your life so much easier. Yeah, see how empty this main objective is just from throwing the orbital napalm barrage at the correct place, right? And I've taken care of the bug breach as well, right? If I didn't do it here, I'd still have to kill all of them, and I might accidentally attract a patrol, and that patrol piles in, and by the time before you know it, I can't kill them all fast enough, and it's time for another bug breach, and I'm going to be frustrated because I don't have the orbital napalm barrage up, right? The orbital napalm barrage is what, 3.5 minutes, and bug cooldown and bug breaches are every 2 minutes. They can be, or every 3 minutes. Anyway, they are faster than you can rearm. And a Gatling barrage and gas strike is not going to be enough to handle it. And it's also like 2 stratagems instead of 1 orbital barrage, right? And you're going to have a lot more weaknesses. You're going to struggle a lot more if you take them over an orbital barrage and every other loadout, right? Because again, I'm trying to push this to the max. How much pressure can I put things under, right, before it breaks? Okay, let's look back at my notes again. What else do I have to mention? Okay, so I don't think I have anything else. Oh yeah, one thing I'll mention is, as fun as these videos are, the Helldiver community is pretty chill, right? Most players just play casually for whatever reason, and that's fine. Now, if you're wondering, how can I join any like-minded competitive communities, because that's more of your jam, or sometimes you just want to be a little bit more competitive, right? I'm going to pin the comments down below. In the pinned comment down below, I'm going to share a link to a Discord server of a competitive community that I'm a part of, and we just talk shit, have fun. We're not always serious. Sometimes we just play whatever. Sometimes we're a little bit more competitive, but it's all good fun. So if you would love to be a part of that community and so on, right, and just shoot the shit, then yeah. Just click the Discord link. I don't own the servers, by the way. I'm just a part of it. An honorary member, if you will. But it'll be in the pinned comments below. I may do another Predator run after this with the same loadout. Just see if I can beat it. I think it's going to be really hard to beat because this is a pretty perfect run in terms of the decisions I've made bouncing between objectives, giving myself plenty of time to complete the main objectives as well. But I think I'm going to need to take a bit of a break after this because, yeah. Okay, so I'm throwing the Orbital Napalm Barrage there because I'm luring all those bugs. If I try to fight them earlier, they would have encircled me. But because I funneled them all together enough, the Orbital Napalm Barrage has, like, it's a perfect target. And they've just caught a bug breach on there, which is perfect. Because they're all clumped up now. And again, I'm distracting them so that when I run back around, the number of bugs guarding the main objective from the patrols is practically zero. Right, so I don't have to spend that much fighting and being caught out by patrols again, because this is on the edge of the map. Okay, so all bug patrols are spawning on the edge of the map because I've destroyed all the mega nest and I've destroyed the other bug nests as well. And I do not want to fight here. I really do not, because I'll get easily overwhelmed. Yeah, again, I'm just reading the map. Yeah. See how amazing that is? How fun that looks? They're all bunched up. Nice targets for my grenade launcher. And those fuckers. I hate the hunters more so than anything else. They're just an overloaded toolkit. Arrowhead have just thrown everything in the kitchen sink at them. And it just feels dumb. The hunters have no identity. Them having speed I'm perfectly fine with, but spit attacks? Really? Right? It doesn't really change much in terms of balance, but it just feels like give them some kind of unique characteristic. Don't just give them everything. Like, what's next? Are they going to be able to regenerate themselves? Right? Because they got 3 buffs. Speed, invisible, and spit. Whereas the Stalkers, the Predator Stalkers, they got a... I think they got a decreased health, right? I think. But they lost invisible, right? They got a buff and they come out in swarms, but... Okay, that's just my personal opinion. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so right now, I completed everything, right? I just need to not do a dumb mistake. And normally, at this time, I'll feel my heart pounding like crazy inside my ears, right? I would hear my heart pounding that loudly, especially with a no damage run. But for whatever reason, I don't, right? I'm almost as calm as a cucumber. I'm still hyper alert and I'm in the zone. And because anything could go wrong fast, I have suffered that way too many times. I almost feel almost emotionless, right? Which is strange compared to normal. And actually, when I complete this, I kind of feel relieved, but it's like short-lived. It's a really, really weird feeling. Like, I'm not sure if you guys you've ever accomplished something that is really challenging, and it's like you don't really feel much when you've done it. You don't really feel much afterwards as well, right? Maybe it just needs time to sink in, because the moment I'm recording this, it's only been a couple of hours afterwards, so maybe it hasn't just really sunk in yet. Right? But yeah, so this is why I'm going to make a clean extract with no bugs on extract, because now the nests have been destroyed, they're going to spawn at the closest map edge. So I'm heading down southwest. Hopefully, I'm going to make the patrols only spawn southwest or south, which is the furthest point away from evac. And this is where I'm going to have fun. This is where I'm going to fight and force the enemy to spawn on the opposite side of the map away from evac, so that they will never think. let's go evac. No, they're gonna think, let's go after the Helldiver through the shortest route possible. Remember, the AI is always looking for the shortest path. And because of that, you can abuse that and you can know where they're gonna go. Right now, I am just venting, okay? Because sometimes I've had runs ruined because the mech has been deployed on a hill and I can't get up into it and the predators have just overwhelmed, just killed me. Oh yeah, I should have been checking the map just a little bit more. I'm glad there was no charge. But look at that. Oh, also I forgot to mention, if you prefer a no commentary version of this run, link will be to that video will be in the pinned comments in the video below as well. Yeah, I'm just feeling more relieved now that this commentary is almost finished because I've put a lot of effort into making sure that I've shared everything I possibly can about all the little tips and tricks that I've picked up from just trying to figure out what the hell is the magic code or whatever for this Predator run. Yes, die you motherfuckers. You've caused me so much pain. Yeah. Yeah, I'm also, because I've got the, what's it called? The scout passive, right? Where I can ping a map and alert enemies. I can tell, I'm just pinging around the map to see where the enemies are, right? So no bugs seem to be at patrol, at evac, which means my method is working. I see them heading to evac, so I'm like, no you don't, you motherfuckers. Okay, so I shoot them to grab their attention. So they come to me, not to evac. Okay, and I got plenty of rounds. I'm like, you shall not pass. You are not getting to evac, motherfuckers. Absolutely not. Yeah, again, I'm cutting it close because I roughly have an idea of how long it's going to take to get over there. I actually thought about, could my mech actually get there in time? And I was like, no, I'm not going to fucking risk it. No stupid, dumbass mistakes, please. Oh boy. I actually wonder if they jump further than the normal hunters. Because the normal hunters, I think, they need, is it 16 or is it 24 meters? I remember I actually figured it out at some point earlier. Yeah, I'm just trying to get as many kills. Maybe I should have stayed a little bit longer, but I don't think we get the 20 seconds. Oh, yeah, we go. But yeah, I'm not risking any dumbass moves. I'm just getting on here. And yeah, like, thanks for watching. Feel free to check my feel free to check my other videos. They're super in depth. I'm sure you'll like them too. And if you want a more detailed breakdown of why I chose the other stuff for my loadout, check out my one-man army bug breach video down below. And again, if you want to join a competitive community, just shoot a shit, have fun, chillax, whatever, there's a link to the Discord server in the pinned comment below. And yeah, this will be uploaded on a Saturday, so hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and also, if you're wondering, when's my squid loadout video coming? Well, the answer to that is whenever the hell Arrowhead decide to upgrade or update the roster, right? And then I'll probably need maybe a week, maybe a 2 of testing. Yeah. Okay, so actually I wonder how long my Helldive ran. 8.3 kilometers. Anyway, have fun. See you.